Welcome back to the Girlfriend Experience with your hosts, Deidre, Brandy, and Danielle. We hope you enjoy the experience. She's going to come in about 7:30, 7:45. Welcome to the Girlfriend Experience.
Hi, ladies and
Okay.
gents.
And gents, yes, that's right. Brandy, this is episode 25.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe
I can't either. And we're going to switch it up for the summer. I got a lot of things to do. Um, so let's just jump into it. How are you doing first off? Because when you got in here, you were looking a little tired.
I'm,
What's the
I'm
problem?
I had to take a little 30-minute quick little nap. I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool. I went to work
Mm.
today. I picked up some time.
Okay.
I'm just tired, and it's just hot outside.
It is. Well, not that hot, but maybe it's just us.
It might be
What,
us.
what you got on? This little strappy thing. I can't, all I see is straps. Is this
Well,
something you want to show? It looks kind of
it's
cute.
a little Zara bodysuit. Nothing
Okay.
special.
Okay. All right.
Just trying to
Well, we
stay.
got 2 weeks before we start our girls trip, which that should be good.
That should be good.
All right, so let's get right into it. Somebody's beeping before we get in.
Oh,
Was
it's the
it you?
washer. It's the washer machine.
Okay.
Excuse
Well,
us.
look, we're working women. We handle everything. um, so let's get right into it. We're gonna talk about some reality. So you sent me a clip about, I think her name was Ariana. Ariana.
And
Kim Zolciak's daughter.
yes. Ariana is Kim Zolciak's baby girl. It's the youngest girl.
Well,
The
let's stop right there.
oh
It's her. Yeah.
youngest daughter prior to Croy, who she is no longer married to.
Okay.
So she is like one of the ones that we've seen from like the very beginning, back when she was on The Real Housewives. Um, so she just put out a clip saying that her mother has been taking her money. And she was also very shocked to be watching video clips of her drinking expensive bottles of wine while she's borrowing and taking her money.
$200 bottle of wines.
200.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, when you sent it, I said, I'm gonna watch it. So I went on and watched that little show. It's cute. It's something I probably would be into. So I think it's for the younger folks. But I did see that whole clip. Also, she said her mother cleaned her out, cleaned her bank account and everything out.
Oh, I can imagine. She said she had like sizable income. She's been doing like brand
Mm-hmm.
stuff for years, like since she was like early teens, and she was making quite a pretty penny for it. And listen, Kim
Yeah.
got to pay for them wigs. She got to pay for the wigs. Those wigs are not cheap.
It should have been okay. You're making money, so now you have a little portion to pay towards these bills and stuff like that. But not for her to be going in and just taking money at will without being transparent. I don't care if it's your kid or not. I'm not going to my children's accounts
Yeah.
after they make their money, even though I didn't pay for them all their lives. I'm still gonna be transparent about it and be like, look, you owe this, we owe this, bills is getting high, I'm gonna need you to contribute, blah blah blah. So yeah,
Now, I
crazy.
wasn't able to determine where they don't still live with Kim, do they?
No, she said she moved out. She moved out.
Mm.
I don't know about that other one because that other one was like real close. What was her name?
Mm.
Oh my
Brielle.
god. Yes.
Brielle.
Brielle was always seemed to be like up her mom's butt, doing everything her mom did.
But she always had
So,
a boo too. Like I
hmm
remember she had a long-term boo, but I can't
hmm
remember if she went off to, I don't think she went off to college.
no, I don't think so either. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so um that was interesting to see. I saw Candy's daughter,
Riley.
Riley. Riley.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming in there. She's very sensible. Um, who else? We have Teresa's daughter. I can't get a read on her yet. We have you don't watch Housewives of Salt Lake City, do you?
No.
So we have Brooks Marks, who is Meredith Marks' son. I kind of like him, but he's kind of like catty. But I like him. I always liked him from the show too. And I think his sister, I'm not quite sure if his sister is a full time or if she's a friend of or a family of, because she made a couple appearances with him too. And one of the other guys was trying to date her that's on the show. Now, I don't know who these other guys are. There's a couple other guys there, and I don't think they're Bravo kids or Housewives kids. One they have is a, what's that electronic money called?
Crypto.
He's a crypto dealer or exchanger or whatever. And another guy is a OnlyFans
Oh.
model. Yeah. So yeah. It's an eclectic little bunch. I watched the first, I watched a little bit of the second because I didn't know they had 2 episodes out. And I was like, okay, I'm not really interested in it, but I just wanted to see who these people were. So I guess it's a good show for the young folks. I guess Bravo is branching out and getting their audience, a younger audience. So
It's hard to keep watching these old ladies fight. I mean, it's rough. We need some new blood.
yeah, right. So the next topic is yours too. We're still on reality.
Oh, now I didn't send you that because I didn't do my research, but I've seen little snippets. So apparently, Britt Eady from
And I'm this person.
Child, be walking around like a zombie. Um, you see, I be missing half the text messages. All right, guys. Well, Britt Eady from Atlanta Housewives. We have reported earlier that Kenya had exposed some very nasty photos of her during one of her events and was hence removed from the show for at least this season. And now Britt Eady is suing Bravo. She's saying that one of the photos is not her, but I highly doubt that Bravo did not do their research prior to letting this air.
Oh, so one of them she claims is not her. I didn't really look at it as I didn't read in depth at it. Now, what do you think? Did you see the pics?
No, because they didn't really air the pics. The pics were blurred out to the television audience. Now the people at Kenya's event could see them.
Okay.
And Bravo chose to air it, and I'm like, that's after production, after editing. So I'm assuming that somebody has done some research. And I don't think she could hold Bravo. I don't know, could she hold Bravo responsible since we didn't see the pics?
I don't know. This will be interesting to find out. I don't know. I don't know at all.
But I don't know if because she's not doing well on the show. She needed like a little money grab.
Maybe. Or a little extra storyline. But no,
Yeah,
I guess it wouldn't be a storyline because she's not going to come back. They're not going to have her back after you're
no,
suing her. No. So,
definitely
yeah.
not. Definitely not. I don't think this season is doing as they expected it to do. I mean, I think we're only midway through though, so we'll see. Britt, you burned this bridge, and you saw what happened with Nene when you burned that Bravo bridge.
Oh,
There's not
yeah.
much left you can do but a YouTube podcast. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll
You're
see
going to
what
be like
happens.
us, Brett.
Yeah.
We'll have you. You can be the third. Well, not even the third. You could just fill in when somebody needs to
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm-hmm.
off.
So we'll see
um,
how that goes.
yeah. On more Housewives news, did you see that Simon was finally deported? That man was sitting in that jail for that long.
I know they ain't have him behind one of them gates and one of them aluminum blankets.
What? When I saw that he was just deported this weekend, I was like, that was the picture that came in my mind. He was laying on that floor with one of them blankets like the rest of them.
There ain't no way. Because he
Why
should have
wouldn't?
sent Trump a little, some gold bars or something. Ain't no way he was late. There's got to be like levels to it, right?
I
The
have no.
executive immigration suite. Like, what I got to do?
And why would they give it to him? Because he's a convict anyway. He's been convicted of credit card theft and all that stuff.
A little donation to the Orange campaign can get you out of a lot of things. But I have no doubt he'll be back. Let's see how
Yeah.
long it takes him to come back.
And he said, "Oh, I don't blame Trump for this at all. No hard feelings." I said, "Oh." I don't think I would have hard feelings if you just deported my ass the week afterwards, sent me on. But I been sat there for months, and
Yeah.
no, we got hard feelings here.
We definitely got hard feelings. Shy, he gonna come back with a whole new name and a whole new Rolls Royce and a new pyramid scheme. Can't wait to see the next wife.
Gosh.
What else we got? We got anything else in
Hold on. I did want to say one thing. Oh, Brand Flakes. It's this YouTuber. I told y'all about him before. It's just not YouTuber. He's a content creator. If you look him up on Instagram, his name is BRAN, and I think is underscore Flakes FLAKK. He's from Philly, and he's a Caucasian man. Young. He's young. I would say he's in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. And he's the one that he got a lot of attention because he saved, well, he said he was saving Chubby Chick's restaurant.
yes.
Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
So then I saw him maybe like a month later after that going to help another sister in need. Her restaurant was going down, so she got a lot of promotion from him. And she
Okay.
did a whole thank you on her thing. Now this weekend, I just saw him on TV going to another sushi shop, black-owned woman. Oh, excuse me one second. I did knock over my fork, and then the dogs are on it. Oh shit, the damn fork. Okay. So yeah, back to Brand Flakes. So I saw him on the news. He got news press about this green smoothie shop. I can't remember where it is. Of course, it's in Philly somewhere, but it's a black-owned shop, and they sell the acai bowls and all that stuff. And they weren't making much money, and I think they had to close. He came in, saved the day, and I think he even did a GoFundMe for them, and they had a whole news report on him and stuff. So he is really looking out for the minority folks, and I really just wanted to say I appreciate him. So I'll put out a clip, and I just want to say us black minority people appreciate him. Now you're gonna have to come rehab this podcast here. We're gonna need some help. We don't need you to donate any money. Just maybe come on and say hello and share us. That's all we need, Brand. That's all we need. I've been one of your followers, so, and I'm also in one of your Philly clubs. I mean, your in your Phillies besties little club that you send out special things to for events and stuff like that. So I've been following you, Brand. Follow me, Brand. Let's follow each other.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to mention him because I appreciate that. I like to see people who wants to do good, and it doesn't have to just be minorities. Like if he was just helping out any like businesses that needed to come up, I would be here thanking you as well because I think I like to see people do good when they get up there and then they like bring you up with them. And when you go on his stuff, when you go on his page, he got a wealth of information about how hard it is being a creator, but don't stop being a creator. This is how he started. It took him like 5 years. He told you how much money he makes in a year. I think it was like, I think he said like 600,000 or 700,000 he made
Dropping
a year.
gems.
And he also said that what really goes into his pocket is about 300,000. He has an assistant now because he has so much, so he had to pay his assistant. He was saying something like insurance, different things. But yeah, like you said, dropping gems, he's here to help. Like he went on and told people, maybe we should add a clip of something like that for people who want to be a creator, to see how long it takes, to see how much money it is. We're not there yet, but I can add brand stuff there for you, for people who watch us and don't know brand. And I really don't like promoting other people yet, because it's not that I'm selfish. It's just that, can I get raised up a little bit? But I
But
don't
it's
mind.
nice to have like influencers and things like that that are giving, even if it's just small clips of some like little helpful tidbits, because a lot of
Yes.
people are charging for things now. $300. Let me show you how to be a podcaster
Yes.
for ebook.
Well, Guy, as I just did a thing earlier, if you look in our story, and actually I've run this story a couple times, of me getting ready for my podcast, and it was literally a minute long, and I was showing you what I was wearing, where I was podcasting from, and what equipment I had, and it was nothing. And you can start your own with nothing,
Mm-hmm.
basically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let me get back to here. Um, Abrivo Garcia, the El Salvadorian man.
Yes.
You know, he made it back to America last week. Did you know that?
No. How did he get back? He brought him back?
We brought him back. You know why we brought him back? Because now Trump is charging him with human trafficking and all other different types of charges.
Oh, he gonna
They
send his ass back again
they
without
came
the
up with
backlash.
all these other charges they came up with to bring him back over here. He is making a point that he does not like anyone of Hispanic descent. Period. Um, we know he don't like us either. So he don't even have to make an example of us. We already know. I guess he's letting you Hispanic descent people who voted for him really let him know.
Mm.
I'm just like, wow. When I saw that news clip this morning, I was like, oh, he's back. Oh, but he's incarcerated now because
But are
he
you surprised? Trump is a man, a narcissistic man at that. Did you think he was ever going to admit he was wrong? He said, I'm going to double down on y'all.
he sure
He
did.
is not going to let this go. And if I was a Brevo, I would not have came back home and thought I was going to live my life. As soon as I got off the plane, I'd have been went in hiding, because you can't
Mm.
even go to your ICE hearings anymore. You cannot go to your legally scheduled ICE hearings.
Yes, let's talk about that. So it's on the thing, it's at the bottom, but it leads right into it. I saw that this weekend, yeah, how people were saying that they were waiting for you, meaning ICE was waiting for um different people going into the is there a special name for
I'm
the
calling like an
person?
immigration hearing.
Okay, going into have their hearing on immigration. When they came out, they were I want to say abducted, because that's what it is. They were abducted and held in prison. There was a question posed on my podcast that I watched. They said, should Black Americans be concerned, or not concerned, but involve themselves in this whole icing that's going on right now? I think we should.
I
Even though
do.
I say that with like a little asterisk because we know, I can't say all of them, but we know a lot of Latinos have voted for Trump. We know they have gotten, that's what I like. I like people to come in. Okay. Welcome, not what are we calling you today? Oh, what are we calling you today?
Whatever you
welcome,
want.
welcome, Star. Okay. We are currently talking about ICE.
Okay.
I'll get into who you are after we finish our conversation. So the question I just posed was on my podcast today. We were watching. I was watching. It said, should Black Americans concern themselves with what is going on with Trump and the immigrants and ICE abducting them? I call it an abduction because they don't know they're being taken. They're being hunted and abducted. So should we involve ourselves? Should we even involve ourselves, or should we just ignore it and live our life? And I think we should involve ourselves. I think we should be aware and we should speak up if we need to speak up. And if we have close friends or even relatives that, I mean, I don't personally protest, but if you're the protesting type, you go down there and protest, but you can get yourself hurt protesting because they seem like they really don't care about what's happening to the people. They're shooting these rubber bullets out. I saw them swinging those batons, telling people to back up. Uh, what do you think, Brandy? Should we be concerning ourselves? Should we speak up, or should we just keep our mouth shut and go and turn a blind eye?
I think as human beings, it's like a terrible thing to see people taken and sent back without due process. If you are going to take people, at least give them due process. Let people know that they have a certain amount of time to get their paperwork done, to start the process, like a deadline. Send the people back who are clearly here illegally. Give the people who are working on the process a deadline. Because, I mean, we know they take people. They took us.
Yeah.
So this could easily happen to us. So as a human,
Yeah.
absolutely, it's horrible to be ripped away from your family. But did they vote for Trump? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think the difference in the way that when Black people vote, we vote for the majority of the people. When other people vote, I think they vote selfishly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was what was done.
Right.
And I don't even understand how they voted for him because he said exactly what he was going to do. Everything he said he was going to do, he is doing. Most people of Latin descent have family members here. You guys weren't born here. So you have family members who are here, whether generations removed, that may not be here illegally, may not be here legally, or are still in the process. So if you are voting with the majority, even of your people, even for the majority of your people, that was a bad vote because he said he was building a wall the last time.
Right. Right.
It's because they're uneducated and racist at the end of the day.
And also remember, the Latino culture is a male dominated, it's a male prominent culture. So I think they're untrusting of women, period. It could have been a Latin woman. They probably wasn't going to vote for her either. I think it's just society. The white male is going to be the most trusted with most cultures. We saw that even with our votes.
Yeah. Sad. What's going on in LA is just really sad. The governor, the government can't even work together. So the president overturns whatever the governor and the mayor of LA says and just sends out extreme force for protesters. You know, is it today where he's having his parade? Some type of military parade is when it's supposed to be on his birthday, and he's going to be in his parade, meaning the president. And he said specifically, well, I says, World News last night, if anybody comes and protests, you will be arrested. So we can't even have a right to protest.
Mm-mm.
and take that man at his word. And what he says, he means. I know there was an
Mhm.
ICE protest in Philadelphia today.
Mhm.
Well, if you know, like I know, if you ain't got your papers, you stayed home.
Look, I don't even know, even if you had your papers.
Yeah, they don't care.
I don't think that I think they'll arrest you and you'll be in your in ICE lockup a little bit, just to ruffle your feathers for a little bit to let you know, don't you do that again. And
Listen,
send
I'm
you on your
licensed to
way.
be out there. I can we can be we gotta stay in the house.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's sad. I'm sorry for all you guys going through that. It's just crazy. It's sad.
It is definitely sad.
Um, let's move on to I know you didn't get to this because you said you ain't had no time, but BTS, they were discharged from the military 2 days ago, I think. Now BTS is a K-pop group. It's actually one of the largest K-pop groups
One
in
of the
the
largest
world.
bands in the world.
Yeah. So give us a little insight on that, Star. So everybody in Korea has to do time. Every man in Korea has to do some time in the military, even
Mm-hmm.
if you have a career or have a singing life. It's just part of your duty that you have to do it.
Yep. You have to serve 18 months in the military at some point in your life before the
Oh,
age of 28.
that's not bad.
But the BTS members were excused for a little bit of time because of their success, but they eventually had to do it. So they all went to
Mm.
do it around the same time. And most of them were back. Yes, they came back 2 days ago and yesterday as well.
Oh, you said most of them. I thought they all were back now.
No, one's still serving his civil service because he was in the military due to injury.
Um,
So he has like a
gotcha.
civil service job, like
Yeah,
a
and those
job.
those last a little longer. I think it's like a year, and I think it's just long. It's a longer time
Okay.
for civil servants.
Okay.
While they're in the
So
military, were they still able to? I assume they couldn't tour, but are they still? I mean, they have free time. Are they still able to record or practice? Oh, well, it is
No,
Korea.
I heard it was like no phones. You only have phones certain days of the week,
yeah, wow.
so
Oh,
it's a big deal.
So let me introduce Star. Star is our family member. She came to step in for Dee today. Star is my daughter. Um, Star, she's amazing. She's wonderful. She's currently in college, pursuing her degree. Yeah. I can go on, but I won't. Hmm.
Nice to see you all.
why you
Yeah.
ain't give her the Shannon Sharp welcome? Plays intramural football, and she why you give her the whole thing?
Oh, like I said, I could go on, but I'm biased. I could go on. I could tell you all her accolades and all that stuff. She makes us proud. We're proud parents of this child over here. But she is as an adult. She's not really a child now, so um, I'm showing her to the world because she is of age. She's illegal. She's illegal.
Yeah.
She's legal. So yeah, and also you might want to check her out. She has her own channel, which is doing pretty good after 2 months, right? It's two
Yeah.
months you've been out?
Just about.
Yeah.
Maybe not even. Just about.
And she does reviews of music, and her music of choice, well, the music that you are reviewing right now, I'm speaking for you. Go ahead, tell them.
The music of choice right now. We do all music actually. Any music that's requested. But if it's not requested, like stick to. Actually, I don't stick to what we know. We actually go out. We do like a bunch of like the other countries' pop music. So we do like P-pop, C-pop, J-pop, K-pop, Latin, any of that, all of it.
Okay.
Check that out
Okay.
and
Yeah.
leave our reviews.
Yeah.
Give them
Okay.
your acts.
Was that?
Your acts.
Yeah,
Oh,
so YouTube channel is called Snow and Star React. If you look that up. Also, we have a TikTok called Snow and Star React as well.
really?
Yeah, but it's not that active. We
Okay.
has about
Okay.
3 or 4 TikToks, but that's it.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, uh, Randy, I sent you a link to the streamer the YouTube guys, YouTube streamers who got uh blasted in Vegas.
So give me the background. What's going on here? They
I
had
don't know. I don't know
a
much
beef?
about the
I think
background. I think they did have a beef, but if you look
there
at
was
both of
YouTube
them,
beats. Yes. Of some
look
sort.
at
I don't
the.
really know them all that well either.
Oh,
But
but you know a little bit of them. Okay, go
no,
ahead.
I don't know I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about who they are.
Okay,
But all I've seen was a TikTok. Yeah, it stemmed from a YouTube beef. I guess between these people.
what's their names?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You look for.
Brandy, you see it?
I don't know if it's his name, but the V's Raw 2 and Sin City Manny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, Sin
Mm-hmm.
City Manny
Sin City Manny.
shot another YouTuber, Finny the Legend, and
Yeah,
his wife.
yeah.
Yes.
While
Yes.
they were streaming on
Did you
the
actually
main
see it?
strip. Did I see
Go
it?
ahead. No, no, go ahead.
I'm
They were
looking
streaming
at the
on
video.
the.
It doesn't show the shooting. Did you have footage of the shooting?
Yeah, it's on there. I sent you the one with the shooting.
No, you sent a TikTok and I'm watching it.
Okay, keep watching.
Okay. No. It says streamer shot in Vegas. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm clicking. Don't put him. I'm too old for this thing, y'all. Put a space in between the two links.
Yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah. Oh. But what could the beef be that you got to go shoot him in the wife?
I feel like it's utterly crazy and irresponsible, but I can't call him irresponsible because he was just crazy.
He was crazy. He was walking around. It wasn't even like there was an altercation and it escalated and he
No,
was
but if
walking
you
around with the gun
right,
in his hand.
but if you saw that video prior that I sent to you, it said that he was looking for him. I heard you in my town. I'm gonna find you. So
Oh, they doing CPR. This is horrible.
I can't believe that TikTok was showing all of this.
This is horrible.
I can't even say certain words on TikTok, but they showing people getting blasted
These people are literally crazy.
and shot his wife.
Mm.
Now, why she had to get unalived?
Mm-mm-mm. Well, let's move on to the other streamers.
I took that off. Oh, the DDG.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know
let's.
anything about this star?
I follow DDG a little bit.
Okay.
I sometimes tune into his streams or sometimes here and there, or I see it on TikTok.
Well, we talked about them earlier too. I feel like we've talked about them twice since the pod started. First we were talking about how it was an odd match, and then we talked about the breakup soon thereafter.
And we saw her down in Laos. With an what's his name? The Afro guy. One of the big Afro.
No, that's not Danielle. You got the wrong one. These podcasts be a mess. What's that sister's name? That's not hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, the breakup was soon thereafter.
And it's funny because I remember when it came on the list. I think maybe you sent it or you or D sent it, and I remember I had to look into it to figure out the story. And I found 2 people that call him a no-name YouTube rapper, but nobody said anything about him streaming, like being this big streamer.
Well, streaming is more recent. He started off as he was one of the first YouTubers I can remember really popping off back then as like just being like a rapper YouTube personality. He was like one of the OGs. So he's
Okay.
been in the game for a while in the social media YouTube aspect. And since streaming came, he obviously got big because it's now big, such a big platform. That's
Okay.
where streaming comes in. But yeah, he's always
Okay.
been pretty big in that in the YouTube sense.
Okay.
Not rapper really though. He's like a B-list rapper.
Okay. B or C?
Oh,
B
but
mid
she's
C. I don't know. He's
B.
more like a B now. Before it was.
Okay. Okay. The reason why I asked, because like I said, when I was looking it up, these ladies were going in on him. So now he got lucky and he snagged Haley.
Yeah.
They had a baby.
They had a baby. They broke up. From the breakup, now we have moved on to restraining orders from Haley. She has claimed that there was physical and mental and emotional abuse.
Right, right.
As of recently, also custody. She wants primary custody of Halo.
Well, I thought she said full. Didn't she say full? Or did he
Yeah, I think
counter the
it's like
full?
full primary custody.
Okay.
Because she wants to take him to Italy. She has a movie to film, so she wants to take him to Italy full time with her.
Right.
Now, most recently, DDG is countering that, saying that he would like, because I'm not sure if he filed a restraining order or if he's going for custody, but the bottom line is he is saying that she is unfit right now.
Right.
And the proof that he put out is of some text messages. Apparently the text messages are from like soon after she had the baby. They're not recent.
Right.
But she is talking about unaliving herself. So
That is, we all know, women who have babies. A lot of us go through it afterwards. It's a depression. It's what is it called? It's called
postpartum.
postpartum. It can be hard on some women, really, really hard. I can see why how those text messages were sent, and I can understand. Um, but don't pull out. How old is the baby now? Don't pull out those text messages from 2 years
One.
ago now.
The
Of
baby's
one.
only one.
Yeah,
So
don't pull
this
out
past
those.
year.
Um, and then when you're out
Is one, so that's not that long ago.
It was this past year, mother. You gotta
12 months ago, don't pull them out right. I'm being okay. I am always on the mother's side when it comes to this on most cases because babies need their mother in the earliest years. They do need their father too, but not as much as they need their mother. And can you imagine if she went to Italy and left it with him? He's out there doing all kinds of things. He's fighting in the street. I sent the thing where he's fighting and he's telling people, don't record, don't record, don't record. And they're out there fighting. And he's just, I don't think he's fit unless he's going to have some type of nanny to watch his baby while he's out there doing his streaming stuff and all his goofy stuff to make his money. Now, however you make your money, you make your money. The baby shouldn't be there.
I think babies need a safe parent. And if she is going to bring out cracked cell phones from the heat of the argument, bruise on your arm from the heat of an argument, then I think he has every right to use those texts to keep his son here. And maybe not the. It's not
Wait,
fair.
I don't understand what you just said. If she's going to show crack,
So
what do you mean?
she's leaked pictures of a chipped tooth that
Right.
we can't. She's leaked pictures of a bruise on her arm and a cracked cell phone. So I think
Right.
it's only logical that he would release the messages at this time too. It's not like he released this stuff early on to hurt her. I think now that he's in a custody battle or whatever this is going to turn out to be, he has every right to show his reasoning for him not wanting to have full custody and be able to take his son overseas for months at a time.
I disagree. Don't show me those old tech. These bruises and stuff are very recent.
They're not that recent either.
They are. They are very recent. I thought
That's
they
like
was
the
within a
beginning
month.
of the
That's
breakup.
That's how she was able to get the restraining order.
No, they're like at the beginning of the breakup. They're not like recent.
So still at the beginning of the breakup, because when I was reading it, it was within that month, and that's why she went directly to go file for that restraining order.
Mm-mm. I don't think it's right. They'll give you a restraining order for it. You could literally go down there without a restraining order.
No. Let's just talk about that because I follow some lady, a white lady, who she's a content creator as well. She has a lot of threats on her life because people don't like her, whatever. She cannot get this restraining order over all these people. She keeps putting these texts up with people talking about how they're going to unalive her. They don't like her, blah, 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 blah. I watched a whole podcast on it.
Oh, I've got a
It's,
restraining order on somebody. It took me 10 minutes.
how? I'm told you have to jump. No, I don't want you to put your business in the street.
I don't mind. I had an argument with a mate. The police were called. And then I went straight to City Hall. The PFA office is all open, I think, until like 10, 11 o'clock in Philadelphia. I went and filed, paid the money. You go to court, and you get it. And that's it.
Okay. I hear you. Haley, stay strong. Don't let DGG take your baby.
Listen, I think this is terrible. I think they are young people that are in the midst of a crazy breakup with a child. It makes it even worse that they both have entertainment careers, because if they were both going to stay local, this probably wouldn't be as big as it is. Like, they could probably figure out how to co-parent. I think this is a mess, and I think that the putting the stuff out there, which I know is going to happen when you have court things, but I think them leaking the additional stuff is just ridiculous. You guys are Halo's parents. This stuff is going to come out. Haley, you knew who he was when you met him. He didn't just become a crazy streamer. He was a crazy streamer. We all knew that. That's why we said, why were you with him? DDG, you knew she was a tight person, like probably a very disciplined, probably a very structured, tight rein person. You knew she was going to be filming, whether you guys were together or not. You knew that your son may need to go to Italy, Alaska, Ireland for 5 to 6 months at a time. So these aren't things that, unless you really think somebody's in danger, I think this is ridiculous.
I thought he saw the come up. He can get with the Disney princess and be in a relationship. She's beautiful. Let me go for it. Period. I think it was a come up for him. That's all I think it was. Star.
Do you think he actually used her?
I don't think he used her, but I thought he saw the opportunity and took the opportunity. That's a way for him to, come up.
I think they live in two separate worlds.
That's what I was thinking. I
don't think her world affects his, and I don't think he really wants to be a part of her world. He hasn't taken full advantage, because if I was DDG, I'd be like, Haley, put me in the movies, get me a record. Like,
I don't think she can, but I feel like we, you and I, Brandy, know his name because of Haley.
But you only know his name.
That's it. We're not following him. We're not increasing. We're not watching streams.
Like you said, he is his own. He is a very big guy on the side. If you were following streaming, if you were following YouTube the way some people are, like I follow it. I follow streaming. I follow YouTube. You would have known him for such a long time, and so many people do. Like, he's one of the top streamers, YouTubers before Halle Bailey was a part of his life. Yeah, obviously, yeah, I know now that after this Halle Bailey everything with her, he has his name put out there. Maybe not for the greatest of reasons right now.
No, but not right now.
Originally, before, he already was this already pretty successful guy.
Right, but
on this side of the internet.
The Disney princess did bring him up more. It brought him.
I think we turned into DDG fans from this. we might
Oh,
have skipped him.
I actually didn't like him because of this, because I'm like, why is she messing with him? But the thing is I know him because of her. I know him because of her. So now when I see him, I know who he is. There's probably other streamers that could be adjacent with him with followers and popularity and everything. I don't know them because they haven't crossed my world. They haven't gotten with someone at a level. Weinberg, Haley, Haley's stature. I mean that's how I feel. I don't know this dude, and I only know him because of Haley.
Well,
But you knowing him
what does knowing him? How does
translate
it
into
benefit him?
things for him. It doesn't help him at all.
It doesn't matter. It may be someone else like me that may have started following him at my age because maybe she likes him because she heard of him because of Haley. I'm just saying, I only heard of him because a lot, there's a lot of people y'all be talking about on here, and I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know him either. I don't think it. I feel like if he was an opportunist, he would have married Haley. And I think she would have said yes. That would have been a way to secure a bag ongoing.
I don't know if she would have said yes. She knows.
She was crashing out. She would have been glad.
That was in the beginning. Then when he showed who he really was, she was done.
No, I think from the way the text messages were and
those text messages were, Ma, I think you have the timeline a little messed up. Those text messages were at most 8 months ago. Like this was nearing
That's fine. I'm not talking about that.
Their relationship.
What I'm talking
before she had the baby, because one of the text messages says, I was listening to my podcast and they read the entire thing. And one of the text messages says, if you don't come back to me, I will have an abortion. So she had every opportunity. There was cheating alleged, which she knew of before she was in that deep, before we knew she was pregnant, before the world knew. So if she didn't want to do this, she had every opportunity to not move forward. He said in his commentary that she wanted to have a baby. I wanted to have a baby. We decided, let's just have a baby together. We figured, both of us would be good parents. Mm-hmm. But at the time that she's early pregnant and these text messages are out, she is aware that he is cheating. She's accusing him of cheating with another streamer, Lala, in Mexico. Like, there are already accusations out there, and she still went ahead and decided to have the baby.
Okay, so we'll put this out on the people since we can't agree. So do we think that DDG is an opportunist? Do we think that DDG pursued Haley to boost his career? And then they just happen to fall in love and have a baby? Or do we think that
good girls and guys?
I'm about to say, do we think that they organically just fell in love and, it just, ended up in this mess now? But what do you think? All right.
No, people.
Let us know. I will put that clip out. We got some Tiana Taylor new music.
Yes.
All right, did you like it? Is it a new album? I didn't even get a chance to listen to it. I do like Tiana Taylor, and I will make sure that I put that on my playlist. But is it out yet, or did you get a snippet?
Album is coming out in August. The album is called Jesus Christ. What is the room called? Where you beat stuff up in the room? What's it called, guys? Mm-hmm. It's called
the Rage Room.
Say it again.
Rage Room.
It's called. Oh my God, this is so horrible. Yes, it's called Rage Room or Escape Room. It's called Escape Room.
Oh, Escape.
Oh. It's called Escape Room. The album's not coming out until August. It definitely sounds like it's going to be a breakup album, and it's going to be a little bit of bashing going on in there. But she did put out a single called Long Time, and Taraji B. Henson does some like voice work on it,
Oh,
and Aaron Pierre has a little.
I don't like that
You don't
because
like that?
I don't want them to split, and now he got a little point on her song. Hmm.
Huh? No. How you feel, Nye? Oh,
It's okay. What's your
sorry. Did
take
you
on
say
that?
it now?
I don't really listen to Tiana Taylor, first of all,
Okay.
Okay.
but I can always check it out. I like new music, but the Aaron Pierre thing, I don't really see an issue with that, with him being on the album, even though they may or may not split. I don't see a problem with it. A lot of time that happens with a lot of artists.
Right.
I don't really see an issue.
Okay.
Me either. I mean, little eye candy, throw it in there.
Wait, all right. Is he singing, rapping, or is he just in a video?
He just has like a cameo. He's like a. Her videos are very
Oh,
artistic.
so he's in the video. Oh,
You
I
thought
don't
he was
care
in
about
there
that.
singing? We came in. Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. What you thought he was doing
Right.
in there?
No, I thought when you said he had something on, I thought maybe he was talking or singing "Hey Love" or something like that on the
No, he
thing.
just has a little cameo.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
I just didn't want him to be on the record
and
making
then
music, singing, rapping or something like that. Okay.
I'm looking forward to the
Okay.
music. I love Tiana Taylor, especially album number one.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm sorry, we're going to go back to Tiana Taylor and what we saw of her this weekend on that movie because I hear a lot of people down talking that movie and saying how terrible that movie was. But let me tell you one thing about that movie. And the movie I'm talking about is what was it called that came out this
Straw?
weekend?
Was it
Straw.
Straw?
I don't think that was Tyler Perry's worst movie. Okay, I thought it was actually done a little better than most of the movies I've ever watched from Tyler. But I do understand what people said about the black woman having a hard time. We always show black women in hard spaces and down and out and stuff like that. I understand that. But I thought that was something different that I saw from Tyler. And the cast was pretty good. We had Tiana Taylor as a detective. We had some other people, which I can't even remember.
Bird
Yes.
was a bank manager, and who did we just say? Taraji P. Henson
Yes.
was the
The
main,
main character.
the beat down black woman.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So what did you think?
Um, I was able to watch the movie straight through without falling asleep, so
Uh-huh.
it was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was like Final Destination for the black woman. Like, how many things are going to go wrong in one day? Like, at
Yeah.
some point, just take me to the king. Like, your daughter, your daughter, they called you before to begin with. We ain't got no air conditioning.
Right.
The daughter fell in the bathtub, hurt herself. She goes to school. You go to work in the busted car. Soon as you get to work, the school is calling you. She don't have her lunch money. You ask your boss to leave. He said you can leave, but if you're not back in 2 hours, you're going to get fired.
No, he said half an hour. She took
She wasn't
2 hours.
going to make it. She wasn't going to make it. She goes to the school. I'm going to call it DHS because I'm from Pennsylvania. DHS is there to take her child. On her way back, she still goes to work. I'm not going back to work after that. I'm distraught. Like in the movie for me, she
Right.
decides to go back to work.
Right.
She is like pushed off the road by a off-duty cop, slams into her car doesn't start back up, she gets a ticket, they tow her car, the cop threatens her life, she goes back to work, she gets fired, she couldn't get a pay, like, then she goes back to her apartment, she's been evicted, her stuff is outside. At some point, Tyler, it just had to end. Like, it's just no way all of this happened in one day. Because nobody can take this.
Right. Yeah, that was yeah, and then she wakes up. That's all a dream. Her daughter is dead. Like wow. Yeah. Um. But like I said, that wasn't the worst movie. So I was tired of seeing people's TikToks about that because I don't watch Tyler Perry movies. And I said I was gonna get this one a chance. And like you said, I watched it all the way through because I was like, oh, okay. But it was they beat down on the woman, the black woman. They just beat us down.
The
All right.
actors were great, though. I
Yeah.
will say that this Tyler Perry movie had a very normal looking set. Sometimes the sets can look like it's the same place over and over again. We just move some things around. It looked like a normal set. They had different locations that looked realistic, I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
And the acting was good. So even though the storyline, it was just like, again, the acting was good. I'm gonna say the acting was good. So
Right. Right. All right. Yeah. So we want to say congratulations to Coco Golf. You did your thing, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Even I saw the little note she wrote to herself that she was saying, please excuse the missed typos, but she wrote herself a note, I guess when she was younger, and she achieved her goals, which is fantastic. You do that thing. And then you had the hater, her what's that lady's name? Ariana, her opponent who said she only won because her opponent didn't play that well that day.
She won because of the opponent's mistakes and not because she played well. Yes.
a winner's a
And
win ho.
and Coco Golf did not respond, which I thought that was very classy. Keep it moving. You know you won. And then when I looked up the lady's name, I can't remember her last name, Arian, whatever the hell her name is.
Like starts with that love.
She is known for being a sore loser. So she's had made other derogatory comments about her opponents in the past when she has lost against them. So she's a sore loser. But we applaud you, Coco. You do that thing.
Yes.
Um,
What else?
oh, I have a question for you all. It's called "Am I Wrong?" So I got this off of some thread. I wanted to read it to y'all. So y'all ready? Okay. My now husband and I, we're in our late 20s, had a big, beautiful 300 guest wedding. Our families are very religious, so we promised a dry wedding to keep the peace. Weddings are so pricey, and we pay for most of it ourselves. To offset costs, I hired a licensed bartender friend to run a discreet VIP bar in a private side room. I gave a heads up to about 75 younger guests, and I charged reasonable prices, $5 beers, $8 cocktails. It felt like a fun speakeasy vibe, and we ended up making 2K, enough to help with the catering bill. The bartender got to keep all his tips. Most guests didn't even know, but some aunts overheard, and now my mom is furious, saying I disrespected the family and our values. My mother in law called me manipulative. My husband understands, but wishes I told him. I didn't tell him because I knew he would stress out and say no. So, am I wrong for sneaking a paid bartender into our dry wedding? Ladies,
No.
what y'all say?
It's her wedding. I mean, I do think that not telling the husband, even though they did both agree on having a dry wedding, I think she should have just told him.
But
Even
she
if he
said
was stressed.
she said her husband would have stressed the whole time, and then would probably say, "No, we can't do it. Somebody's going to find out." That sounds like somebody I know.
But at the end of the day, it was her wedding. I think she was allowed to do whatever she wants. So I don't see no problem with that.
I
No,
don't either.
I mean, Star, I think she was throwing shade at me.
Oh no, 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 no. I was
Okay, just checking. Hello.
no, I was talking about somebody upstairs in my house.
I think she was wrong. I'd have definitely told him the day of so that we could get in trouble together. Because as soon as the parents said something, well, he knew. He knew too. We are going down together, and I'm slipping you some drinks so you can have a good time too.
Yeah, I hear you, but you still would have did it.
We would have. We probably wouldn't even have got to the wedding if I couldn't have. You gotta have a little cocktail. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like I do understand that, a lot of people do this because of religious reasons, but all your guests aren't religious either.
mm,
And she wanted to offset the cost, so she did it. That right there, I don't know.
that was a little tacky. I would have probably
Yeah,
paid for the bar.
I know. She was like $8, $5. I was like,
Yeah.
at your own wedding, you're gonna.
I don't know. I understand that, like she said, weddings are very expensive. Um, so if you couldn't do the liquor, then you offer like champagne in the other room, and it's just free.
Mhm.
Until it runs out, you add a bottle of champagne or bottle of Moscato, whatever that is for your drinking guests. And you know what? Me, maybe because I lived and I'm not 20 anymore, but me, I would have been like, fuck it. I don't care if we're religious or not. I drink.
Yeah.
So maybe I won't have it in front of grandmom and them, but in that room right there is the champagne room. Get yourself some champagne, enjoy it, have a good time.
Mhm.
I don't see anything wrong with it. So no, to answer the question, no, you're not wrong, miss.
And let me
I
tell you
think.
something.
Go
If
ahead.
you have 20 something, 30 something, even 40 something guests, they're going to sneak the alcohol in. Somebody I know did that. And probably you serving maybe beer and wine you might be better off than people sneaking in the tequila and the vodka in the clear water bottles. Because if I gave you $200, $300, $400 as your wedding gift, I definitely need to leave here feeling good.
Yeah.
So
Get a little drinks in you, get a little dance, you having a good time. Yes. Yeah, I do think you were okay. So I'm gonna put a little asterisk in it. I do think you were a little wrong for charging. I knew you wanted to offset cost, but charging, no. Just have your drink of your choice in the other room for your guests. That's it. That's it. And if you couldn't afford it, you shouldn't have been having that big elaborate wedding. Speaking of wedding and wedding costs, so how much in this day and age, 2025, how much do you give now for going to a wedding as a wedding gift?
So I usually look up the place. I do my research. I'm looking up the place because in addition to you giving the instructions, formal, semi-formal, I need to see the place to see just how grand I need to go. And when I look and see the place, I will look to see how much a head, it is per head. If it's a really fancy place and it's not listed, I might do a little additional little research. You are definitely going to get back from me what you paid for me to come and my guests to come, and probably a little bit more. I feel like you got to cover your plate. Otherwise, people are just breaking even. Especially these days where a lot of people are getting married as adults and they are paying for their own weddings.
All right, good. Thank you, Star, for coming. We appreciate you for stepping in for your auntie.
You're welcome.
Did you enjoy yourself here?
I enjoyed myself a lot. I would love to come back.
Okay. Please remind the audience where they can see you at.
Oh, yes. So my YouTube channel is Snow and Star Reacts, and you'll get a lot of reaction videos like they just did of me. And yeah, my TikTok is also Star and Star Reacts as well.
No, not Star and Star.
Snow
Snow and
and
Star.
Star.
She was
Okay.
going solo. Let her go solo.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, girlfriends. Thank everybody for joining us. Oh, we only have 2 weeks till our girls' trip, and we are going to be flooding you with little TikToks of what we're doing and where we're at, and we'll probably be going live. So, if you're in the Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee area, tune in. You can come hang out with us. All right. Till next week. Thank you for joining. Bye. Thank you for joining us on The Experience. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.